Yo, it has been a glorious 6 days, almost 1 week since I've made a video about her. This is actually the longest that I believe she hasn't posted a video. Um, I think it's been 3 or 4 days, and this is the longest that I have not reacted to one of her videos. Now, there was a video she put up the other day, and what I've been waiting on is the right video to make. And I was debating on whether or not I should make a video about this because it doesn't have what I need to make a true video. But I decided that I would be proactive and I would get in front of what I presume is coming very, very soon. So this is Dodash's latest video that she posted this morning, stranded at the airport with no money. Now, her money is her having no money is none of my business. But the issue that I have is what's behind this. Because a person like this, you know how in the court of law, you are innocent until proven guilty? This woman is guilty until proven innocent in most cases when it comes to you can never believe anything that she's saying at all. From my experience of watching her for upwards of 9 months now, and even 7 before I even got involved, there is nothing you can believe about whatever she says. So she did say that she was going on vacation for 5 days, and she spent the majority of those 5 days not making any post on YouTube. Maybe a couple posts on her community posts, one video a couple days ago, right? So this video is, and we're going to break down something that I want you to pay attention to. Be very, very aware of what's happening. So this is her video, stranded at the airport with no money.
Hey y'all, so I'm at the Atlanta airport right now. Super packed, super crazy packed. So I had an issue with my flight. I wasn't expecting this to happen. I hope you can hear me. Let me see if I can walk somewhere where you can probably hear me a little better. But I wasn't expecting this to happen, but one of my flights couldn't fly out.
And listen, I'm gonna keep it a buck. I had a blast the last week, an absolute blast. Not talking about her. Low key, I'm getting sick of it. But like, I don't even have the same type of passion I had even a week ago because it's just the same thing, man. It's like eating the same food every day. It's like watching the same movie that you've seen 70 times. But I think it's critical. And like I said, I was waiting on the next scam to pop up. And she's kind of skating the fence in this video. But like I said, you can never tell if she's being sincere or not. But apparently she doesn't have any money. Now, my thing is, and this is not necessarily scam related, but like I said, when you're dealing with somebody like this, you don't know what's the truth and what's a lie. Most people don't go out of town broke. they they don't go out of town broke. It's just not a smart business move. You have credit cards, you have some savings, you plan to go out of town. So you have savings, right? Or you have some extra money in case that's how my mom taught me, you know what I'm saying? But again, that's not necessarily scam related, but there's something to when you notice something about this video, then it will seem more likely. But one thing that I did notice is right off the bat is there is no Cash App in this description. She does not say Cash App. She does not push it one time, which is why I was reluctant to make this video. But I said, you know what? It's because of something she said at the end that we're going to talk about this because I think this is the precursor to something coming. There's something else coming down the pipeline, whether it's continued shout outs, whether it's something else, but we'll see. We'll see.
And literally, I only had enough money to get an Uber so I can go to my sister's apartment because I had to pay my rent. So I don't have much of anything, right now. But I just want to say thank God.
Now, that's the thing. Like, it's hard for me, and this is why you have to be careful when you put your revenue out on the street. Okay, so you're doing. We have talked about, and you'll see when we bring in. There's something that we're going to bring in that you'll see the desperation. Okay, so let me get this straight. So shout outs reviews. You just said a couple of days ago that you were doing $300 reviews. Now remember the reviews started at 1,000. They dropped down to 300. And you'll see in later in the video what she says. But my thing is, We have told you over and over before, okay? So, yes, you get paid on YouTube. If you live in the United States, you get paid on the 21st. If the 21st is not a Saturday, Sunday, or a holiday, American holiday, you will get your pay. So, for instance, today you get a Google AdSense email telling you to check your Google AdSense account. What happens is it is your account is drained because it is sent to your bank account. So your AdSense account is different from your bank account, and then your AdSense money will begin the transfer. For me, it takes all day. Sometimes it could take 5 minutes. Sometimes it could take 5 hours. Usually what I do is I check every hour on the hour. But because she was flashing her revenue, because she was flaunting how much money she made, because she was telling you how much she spent on trivial items, and now she doesn't have any money, right? So something is coming, and that's why I said this woman, this particular individual, is guilty until proven innocent in most things. All right. Now, again, I was really debating because I wanted it to be worth me coming back. But between what she says at the end and what you're going to notice, then you'll see why I made this video.
For YouTube, because today is the 21st and I get my check today. Let me find somewhere so I can talk.
She said her YouTube check will be close to $2,000.
Because I just want to say, listen, thank God for YouTube. Thank God for the 21st of every month when I get paid, because I literally had to pay my rent. And I was not expecting this to happen, you know.
Now, I'm a little confused because she said in a few videos ago that her rent was already paid. So why, and me listening to this a second and third time, it's like, wait a minute, she said before she left, she paid her rent. Now, what this seems is that it is it's a plea for you to donate, but her stuff is not in the description. She does not say it one time, but I thought why she said she literally had to pay her rent when she mentioned that her rent was already paid. So, it's so confusing. And if you could see the video, yeah.
So now I gotta rent a car. I gotta have money for a hotel.
Now, this is the same person. Just stay with me here, because like I said, the more you talk about this, the more glaring this stuff becomes. So remember that she said that she was moving to Dallas, and I told y'all, so she claims to already be in Dallas, but she's probably not. But if you don't have, just think about this, if you have no money, like you didn't have money to go out of town and prepare for an emergency. Like I said, my mom always taught me, if you go out of town, have a credit card clear, have some type of money saved up for emergencies like this. So how did you already move? Where is she going to get extra money from? If you don't have stowaway money, emergency money, then you don't have extra money, right? So something is awry, something is afoot.
Because my sister is working right now. She can't let me in right now. I can't get into her.
If you're merely passing through, consider including it.
Hold on.
Again, it has been an absolute joy not to talk about her.
Thank you for traveling from Hartsfield, Jackson, and enjoy your time with us.
So the YouTube check hits around 10:30, and I'll be able to get a hotel. I'll be able to get an Uber. I'll be able to, or rent a car. But if it wasn't for this YouTube check, I would not be able to do any of this. All
right, so I don't know how hers works, but like I said, you get an email. For me, and this is just from my experience, so it could be different for somebody else, but on the 21st of the month, I get a email. Like I said, I get an email. There's no set time. It could be in the morning before I even wake up. In this case, it came at 10:04. I checked my bank account at 11 o'clock. It wasn't there. I'll check it at 12, probably after I finish recording this video, and it just shows up. And it happens like that every single 21st if it's not. So for hers to be at a certain time, that's kind of cool. I've never experienced that. There is no set time for the email. There is no set time that the deposit actually hits your account. It's all random from my experience. So the majority of this video to me is...
I am totally stranded, y'all.
That's crazy.
Because my flight, issues with the plane. and all of the flights today are booked. Like all of them are booked.
Now, and again, it could work differently, but if there's like a delay or something, I don't know if if the airport gives you a voucher or something like that. I know if you give your seat up, they'll give it to you. So people do have to sleep in the airport, but most of this video is masked to me. This is just my opinion as a um, it's kind of a promotion video, but it's masked as a encouragement video. You'll see.
So I'm just like so grateful, and I cannot explain to you enough how
Was that the first time?
amazing YouTube is, and how this could be like another job for y'all or another source of income.
Which is all true.
Like, don't just be on this app just watching everybody else do their thing. Figure out what you're good at and get on this app and put your talents and creativity to use. Because on the 21st of every month, YouTube sends you a check because of how you have uploaded content and used your creativity. Even if you're not creative, just get on here and talk to people. Get on here and tell people what you know. Because had it not been for the YouTube,
And that's true. That part is true. That encouragement part, and that's what she should have stayed in. That's the lane she should have stayed in. That part is 100% true. There are steps that you have to go through. There's a lot of things that I want you guys to take away from this. Okay, so let me kind of go behind her and clarify this. What happens is you have to become monetized, and to become monetized, you have two different ways you can do it. You have 3,000 hours of watch time and 500 subscribers. At that point, fan funding will open. That is super chats, super stickers, and super thanks. That is a way that your fan base or your viewers can donate or can contribute to your monetization. Watch page ads are not on yet. That happens at 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. What a lot of people do not tell you is, depending on what you talk about, you have to still go through the approval of monetization. When you hit those milestones, okay? Monetization is not guaranteed. To be monetized, you have to be entered into the YouTube AdSense program, the partner program. Okay, there are people who make content that their content does not qualify to get in the partner program. So not saying that what you talk about will not be qualified, but that's just something to consider. Depending on the topic and the direction of your channel, what you decide to talk about on a daily basis, that will determine whether or not you get allowed in the partner program or not. So there is more than just turning on the camera, starting a YouTube channel, and things like that. You have to have a direction, and you have to probably stay within YouTube's guidelines of to even be approved. A lot of people kind of cast that off to the side, that you have to actually fill out. Step 2 is to apply for AdSense, but you have to, step 3 is your channel being reviewed, and you'll get an email saying you have been approved to be in the YouTube AdSense partner program. So it's not just that easy to get inside. You can't just sit in front of the camera and just make videos. There are other things involved.
I would not have been able to afford a car rental, or to be able to afford to get a hotel or pay for the Uber. And I'm just so grateful. I don't, you can say all these things like you should have money saved up and all this, but I paid my rent. I've taken care of so many things.
Okay, so what she's doing is she's getting ahead of it. And like I said, I really don't even feel like making this video, but it's something that I wanted to bring to your attention. So she said you should have money saved up and all this other stuff. She took care of some things. All right. Did she pay back the Curl Smiler people? And see, that's why you that might be true, right? But she also documented her spending spree. She documented her spending spree. Let me tell you something. All right. I got a bunch of money in October as America was leading up to something happening in November. So advertisers were paying a bunch of money. I still have that money in my bank account, meaning I still have residue. Okay, I had to take care of some things as well. Maybe not her, what she had to do, but I'm still sitting on that. I'm very, very cautious in the way that I spend money. I am terrified of doing YouTube full time simply because you have no control over what advertisers pay. You have no control over who watches. You do the best you can to put out the best content you can, but you don't know how much a video is going to make. If you make a video that's less than 8 minutes, you can only have one ad. If you make 8 minutes or more, you can have a mid-roll ad. If you make 12 minutes or more, you can have multiple ads. I don't make the same length content all the time, right? So it's very scary, but it has to be done right. So You can see she kind of put a throughout there. But this whole video is revolving around one point that you'll see very soon.
It is a lot going on. A lot going on, but I don't know if you can see me. It's about to get dark.
And this per se is not a scam video, but it's a precursor. It's a precursor. But like I said, there's something I want to bring to your attention that's going to that's going to give you pause.
I just had to encourage y'all to be consistent with your YouTube, be consistent with posting content.
All good advice.
And show up because
Good advice.
It really matters. I know so many of you are really thriving right now on YouTube. Keep at it, keep posting, because this moment that I wasn't expecting this, but this is the day that I get paid from YouTube, and this is the day that I really needed that check.
So you notice that everything just happens for her. Like, it's just so random that the right things happen at the right time. So she was right. Consistency. There's a lot of people that have been motivated by this easy mode trend that have fallen by the wayside. What I've noticed is that a third of the people that watch my non-DoorDash videos, or a third of my audience watch my non-DoorDash videos. And of that audience, most people in the comment section are already established YouTube creators, or they are aspiring to be. Most others have fallen off by the wayside. But there was some truth in that. Consistent post content, all of that stuff, right? So there is, it's not all bad advice.
And now I can get a hotel, I can rent a car, yeah, I can get something to eat, I can give my sister some money for helping me out. So I just want to say that it is all so worth it. Posting on YouTube, starting a YouTube. Oh, it's really dark. I'm sorry.
And now I'm kind of, again, like I said, I've been enjoying my time off, not making any content about this person. It's been phenomenal. 5 consecutive videos about her, 4 days with no content about her, right? And that was by choice. Like I said, I could have dissected this, but this is what I'm leading at. And this is why this is another teaching lesson. And this is why I decided to make a reaction video to this as a teaching lesson. All right. So, and kind of a precursor and a warning to what's to come, what I believe is to come. I could be very wrong, but I believe this is to come. Now, she's going to get to a point that we'll get to when I really show you what's going on and what could be happening here. But what I think is this is a precursor to what's going to happen very, very soon. Okay. She is kind of queuing up that she has all the money that she got today, that she'll get at some point today. She basically has to burn through. So that is a precursor, in my opinion, to what is going to come later. But let's keep listening.
Sorry, y'all. It's really dark. I don't know where I'm at. It's some part of the Atlanta airport. Oh gosh.
I'm gonna try and let her get through.
Really, really, really dark.
We got 3 minutes.
But had I not stayed consistent and continued to believe in my YouTube, this day I would have been lost, because everybody I know doesn't have money right now, and nobody can just give me $500. Nobody can just give me $1,000. And my YouTube check is going to hit at like 10 o'clock in the morning. It's going to be close to $2,000, and I'm just so grateful that, yeah, I may be stranded, but because of YouTube, because of this YouTube check, I'm able to breathe, and I'm just so grateful. So if this encourages any of you to stay consistent with your YouTube, start your YouTube, keep posting on YouTube,
which is very true.
Up on your YouTube.
Very true.
Y'all, I'm about to post a video of some people who I shouted out, who are now getting tens of thousands of views on their videos, and they're now monetized, and they are making money. And these people just a month ago wanted to give up. But
now here's where it gets good. All right, to me, this is a promotional video. Again, this is a promotional video about her queuing up people, because notice some of these people were not monetized and now they are, and she mentions that she shouted them out to keep going, but there's a double kind of connection here.
But because I believed in them, they believed in themselves, and I shouted.
So because she believed in them first is why they blew up. You see what I'm saying? Watch what happens here.
Them out, it just gave them more courage to keep going, and that is why I started doing shout outs. That is why I wanted to do channel reviews, because I wanted to encourage y'all to keep going. And I don't understand why people wanted to combat that, but
Okay, so that's a lie. That is a lie. That's not why you started. That's not why you started. See, this is what I'm talking about. The lies. This is why she's guilty until proven innocent. She said when 4 Shades of Us sent her a $25 shout out, that's what prompted this. That's what, and she wasn't going to charge, but that's what prompted this. So she's going back on some nonsense. All right, and again, this is a promotional piece. I don't even know if these people were monetized before she shouted them out, but I guarantee it's been already dispelled that these shout outs didn't do anything. If they encouraged them, that's great. But this stuff is not, she did not, and anything that you truly want to do, all right, you're going to do it whether you get paid or not. And we've already determined that there's nothing for free. She doesn't do anything for free. All right.
I'm not giving up. I'm not stopping. I'm still doing shout outs. I'm not doing channel reviews anymore because I just want y'all to know that, to believe in yourself. I feel like you'll get it right. You'll get.
And that's kind of when I heard her say that, because I listened to it a few times, and when I was like, you know what, let's get this on receipt that she's not doing channel reviews anymore. So this is the second time that we've heard that in a week. She's gone from not doing them to doing them to not doing them again. Remember, they were $1,000. Then they were gone. Then they came back to $300. Now they're gone. I believe that she's not getting any type of traction off the 300 right now. Think about this: the one-on-ones, the one-on-ones. No, the one-on-one was 1,000. That was demoted to 300. The review was $200. So this is the second time she said that. But so keep in mind that the shout outs can be done extremely quick. You got to remember who we're dealing with here, right? So the shout outs and the reviews were neck and neck. They were essentially the same thing. All you heard was Fiverr, create a banner, and all this other nonsense, right? So there, shout outs are probably the easiest of the bunch.
Get it right, you'll get perfect, you'll do what you need to do to better yourself. But when somebody believes in you, that is more powerful than telling you, the bad things about you or how you're not doing this and that. I believe in you, and that's all that matters. You believe in you, that's all that matters.
Again, she believes in you, that's all that matters. Listen, aspiring YouTubers, here's the key. You have to post consistently. If you don't post, you don't have a chance to take off. So you have to be consistent. You also have to post with a purpose. Even if that purpose is sharing your life, you have to post with a purpose. Not everybody just gets to slap content on YouTube and be successful. That's not how it works. And any successful YouTube channel, which she is not, Dodash is not a successful YouTube channel. She is a channel that benefited from a viral moment that has fallen off. All right. And that is fact. That is statistical fact. She has no idea what she's talking about. All right. So, wow.
And when you get monetized and you see that YouTube check hit your account, that's all that matters. So I'm going to go ahead and go catch my Uber. And
okay, that's not all that matters. Don't you want to be consistently paid? Don't you want to be consistently paid? Right? If you find something that works and you're passionate about it, double down on it. And that's why that in effect becomes niching down on your content. All right.
I won't see my sister until later tonight because she's working, so I'll just get a hotel and I'll just rent a car or Uber or whatever. But thankfully, I'll have the money for that. So
now I tell you what I would do, because I've done this before. If I'll post up in that airport, see if I can get a ride. I'll see if they can come pick me up, or I'll rent a car for a day and I chill out in that car. I go to a mall, post up, wait for my family. Forget all that.
I just wanted to say thank God for YouTube. YouTube is not just some hobby. It is a real thing that can make you real money.
That's true.
Real money. More money than you've ever made. More money than anybody you know has ever made if you stay consistent and believe.
Bada boom, bada bing. And just like that, it's 12:09 and I'm checking my AdSense and it's there. It's in my bank account. You heard me? You heard me? Let's go.
In yourself.
Let's get it.
Y'all, I hope you couldn't hear me in that last part, but I hope you heard me because I was giving some inspiration. Oh, gotta wash my face. But I've just been chilling here at the airport, just thanking God and just so grateful for YouTube. Man, Like, don't just watch me. Don't just watch people, but
All
create
true.
your own thing. Don't just sit around watching people all day.
Good advice.
Create something so people can watch you all day. You know, that's all we do is watch other people all the time. Do something to where people can watch you. Like, you know, there's so much more to just sitting around watching everybody else live their life. You know, you become the next big actor. You become the next big content creator. Put your child on YouTube so they can start doing stuff so other children can watch them and they can
Do not do that. Do not do that. That's insane.
start making you money so you can stop working so hard and struggling. So, I love y'all. That's it.
No, do not do that. All right. So good advice. It was some good advice in there. Like I said, it's not all bad. This is about scams and potential scams, right? With this person, there is a scam waiting in the wings. So we got it documented that she said that she was not going to charge for anything like that she was not going to do reviews anymore. Reviews were the $200 things. The one-on-ones, she did not say she wasn't doing one-on-ones anymore. So the reviews are gone. So now she's kind of skipped a step because, and like I said earlier, the reviews are just exaggerated shout outs. They're the same thing, just with a touch more. And they take a little bit more time. She doesn't want that on. Okay. But it was some good advice. But I'm about to keep it a buck. All right. Let me go full screen for this. I need to go full screen for this because I want y'all to be. I got to keep it a buck. All right. Not everybody who wants to do YouTube is going to succeed. Not everybody's made for it. You can't be boring. Be yourself, but you can't be boring. Just like not everybody can be an actor. You have to have the ability to act. Not everybody can be Denzel, right? Not everyone can do YouTube. There are places for everyone. You have to have consumers. You have to have sellers, right? This is what makes the world go round. The YouTube economy is not built solely on creators. It's not built solely on viewers. That's up for you to decide whether you have it or not. That's up for your audience to decide. Should you start? Should you try? Only if you want to. Only if you're talking about something passionate, all right? Not everybody is made out to do everything, okay? But there is some good money on YouTube. I just saw that in my bank account, all right? But here's what I wanted to show you real quick. And again, like I said, I was waiting on the right time to make a video. But because of some things in there, I said, okay, let's get this stuff receipted. All right. It's really, really felt good. And it felt good to kind of get a grasp of what my audience is without her, which is super cool too. So a lot of third of you guys come back and watch my regular non-DoorDash related content, and let's get that to 50%. But I want to show you something here that is a little unique. Okay. So let me hold on. Let me see something because I want to make sure that this is the case. Let me mute that real quick. Okay. All right. So let me go. Hold on. There's something unexpected popped up. So I need to verify this very quickly before I speak on it. So we're going to do this. Then we're going to go to one of my videos. We're going to click right there. We're going to go here. All right. Let me see something. So I am going to go to one of my videos real quickly, because there's something that I want to bring to your attention, but I have to verify it first. All right, so that is not there for that. And then we're going to go to one of my videos, which is here. We're going to go here. Then we're going to go, okay, there. All right. So I verified it there. Let me verify. Okay. Stay with me. I'm sorry, y'all. Like I said, I'm trying to. Okay. All right. So it's been verified. All right. Okay. All right. So there's something that I think is happening. And remember that I've said guilty until proven innocent. Okay. So it's something that I want to show you about this situation. Now, we talk about the type of person this woman is and why it is hard to believe anything she says. Now, we've established that there is the reason for shout outs and that they're $25 through the Cash App platform. Why is that? Because if you do something if you contribute to a creator, I'll show you. If you, anything that you do, anything that I do from YouTube, for instance, today is April 21st. I don't get anything from April until May 21st. So whatever I do May 1st, I don't see until June 21st, right? In addition to that, YouTube takes a percent, okay? So you'll notice that something is gone, okay? I believe that she has turned the ability to do this off. What is that? Well, if you look here on your cell phone, most of you are watching this on a cell phone. If you go down to the bottom of my video, you'll see a $ on the right-hand side of your phone. You click that and you are allowed to do what is called super thanks. A super thanks is basically a super chat in video form. Super chats are something you do during a live stream. Super thanks is basically a super chat for a video. If you'll notice on one of her videos, that is now turned off. On a computer, there's a different way to do it. Let me show you. On your computer, on your desktop, this is my video here. You would hit these 3 buttons. Oh, I don't even know what screen I was on. You will hit these 3 buttons here, and you'll go down to thanks. If you tap that, then you'll be able to give me a super thanks of whatever amount you choose. Now, if we go to her video, which is over here, and we hit the 3 buttons here, that ability is gone, which tells me 2 things. Either 1, she got demonetized, which I don't think is the case, or 2, she went in and she turned off the ability for supers. She does not go live, so she cannot get a super chat. You can get a super thanks. I don't even know if you can get a super sticker during a video, but you can get a super thanks, which is relatively new, something that has been done over the past year to 2 years. So why did she do this? My guess is she did it because we made a video a couple of weeks ago about an individual paying for a shout out through super chat or super thanks. Super thanks, not only does YouTube take a percent of that, but that money is not immediately accessible. It is not, if you were to give me a super thanks, I would not see that money until May 21st. If you were to give me a super thanks on May 1st, I would not see that money until June 21st. And we've already established that she is horrible with money. She's already said in her words that she has no money. So whenever she does something, it's through Cash App, PayPal, Venmo, whatever you can immediately access your funds. All right? So because the person, remember, the person super thanks her, did not use the Cash App, and she told them that she couldn't accept that. So what she did, in my opinion, this is based off what I see, and I went incognito, and there's still ads on her videos. Now, YouTube can put ads in your videos and you be demonetized, but I think she went in and she turned off the ability to super thanks, which forces you to use Cash App. But let me know what you think. Again, it's been an absolute joy not talking about her. I am looking forward to when this is all said and done. But if you want to know more about what we're talking about, click on this video right here. I'll see you over there.